All right, testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Um, very shortly, we're gonna go through some slides. Today is Saturday, Blue Saturday. Every Saturday is Youth Day, and I want to talk about this violence and just trying to combat hopelessness and despair, because that's what a lot of our communities are experiencing with what appear to be so much shooting, killings, robbing, carjackings. If you don't guard your mind, you can easily get depressed. And it's important that we hear another voice that can speak the opposite of that, feeling overwhelmed and engulfed in this uh, hopelessness that some people have. So I want to start out by just saying that we can control this hopeless energy out here. We can hold these killers and shooters and carjackers and robbers. We can hold them accountable and get justice for the families. So I want to just start out by saying yes, we can, and I reject anyone who say contrary to that. What I'm about to show you guys as the computer warms up is I'm going to show you uh, the prerequisites. There's certain things that if we don't do these certain things, then how can we realistically think we can address violence? And so what I'm about to show you is blocks, and the title that I had said we can't stop the violence without blocks, like because these shooters, robbers are going back to a block somewhere. So to not be building on the block uh, is a travesty. Okay, so I thought it would have been ready by now, but it's still not. Okay, here we go. Now it's ready. Okay, so let's go and let me pull up the screens that I want to show you guys. Flag behind me is Tanzania. And so here we go. All right, so let me, as this screen comes up, I want you guys to know this is based on Chicago, but we have the same format in Black cities all over America. And so I'm gonna start out with why I do this. I checked from my wife phone. You guys can zoom in, so that part is good. You can zoom in so you can see this better. Please zoom in so you can see. I'm gonna start with Village 1216 here, because I want to talk about why create villages. Why do this? And so when you think about criminals, one of the things criminals love is people to be by themselves. Criminals love it when you're isolated because there's no witness, there's no one to help you. And so criminals love it when you're isolated. Our whole concept is block by block. So it's the opposite of being isolated. Our whole movement is about how do we get to know people on every block, and then how do we get the people on these blocks to know each other. Uh, so that's what this whole National Block Club University is predicated on, is block by block, getting to know people and then helping them to know each other. Give me a second, it's gonna come back up here. 1 second, because I wanted it, I didn't want all three of them up there the way it was. So I'm bringing up the one village at a time so I can really talk through each one. So here we go. Let's start with this one right here. And if you have a pen and paper, taking notes will be really important here, because this here is foundational. So this is what we're like built for. So we carve out no less than 12 blocks and no more than 20 blocks. So it's anywhere in between that 12, it could be 16 or 20 blocks. This is a 16 block area. And what I can say with total confidence is that I don't know, you have coalitions of blocks on the west side and far east, even on the south side, but is really maybe the elders, and you don't see a full service coalition where you got the young people, you got the middle, and then you got the elders all in harmony. If I'm wrong, please let me know so I can meet those people and work them in and work with them. So anyway, this is a 16 block area, and it is 3200 west, 2900 west on the east to 3200 on the west. It's from Harrison, Flournoy, Lexington, and Polk Street, going north and south. Now, I want to break down how we have these structures. So yellow blocks mean west, and yellow blocks also mean Sunday and Tuesday duty days. Now, when you think about this 16 block area, how can this make you safer? The way this can make you safer is because, number one, it goes against what criminals like. Criminals love it. If you're on the 3100 block of Polk, for you to know nobody. So when you go to work, they can crawl in your window, they can break in, you don't know anyone, so no one has your number to call. One thing they can do is call the police. So criminals want you isolated. If you are isolated, don't know your neighbors, that's what criminals like. You're doing what they like. Our whole motto is, when we carved out these blocks and put it on Facebook, we want people to let us know who they know in any of these villages, we call it. So yellow blocks is west side. It's also Sunday and Tuesday. Green blocks is always in the middle, and that's always Monday and Friday. And then the blue blocks is Wednesday and Saturday. Saturday is always on the end. So what I just gave you first was a reason why we create these 16 block villages. Then I gave you days on who's going to be watching after the rest of the village. Sunday and Tuesday for the yellow blocks, Monday and Friday for the green blocks, Wednesday and Saturday for the blue blocks. So now we have someone always watching. I get it. People immediately jump to what they go do. Parking lot that, like, put that off to the side. The first thing is, do you have somebody on every block that's gonna care? Do you have someone on every block that's gonna pick up the phone and talk about what's happening and not be afraid to do that? And so that's number one. How effective it is, we'll work on that, because the first thing is to get people that say, I'm not gonna roll over and be a victim. And that's what this represents, when you got people who's willing to be involved. So let's go now. I just want you to look at these. These are west side right now. This here is a different village. This is further west. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, that's all the way President Obama's area, that 47th to 50th, from Greenwood over to Cottage Grove. This here back on the west side, North Lawndale, 16th and Central Park, 21st and Central Park. So as you look at these villages, having one person off every block is downright essential. If we missing a block, that's the gaping hole in our whole protective shield. We don't have a protective shield if we don't have somebody off every block. So every day when I'm posting, I'm asking people to let us know who they know. And the problem and the challenge has been, people judge that they family member on 21st and Central Park, they not gonna do nothing. And by saying that, they don't let us know we have someone on that block. So now we burn gas driving over there door to door to meet someone, and that was your family member. You could have picked up the phone and called. So that's not working smarter, it's working harder. And this is why the biggest thing I'm saying we can do to make our neighborhoods safer is by letting the National Block Club University know where all your relationships are. You don't have to tell us their name right now. You can just say, "Si, I got somebody on 21st and Central Park. I got somebody on 19th and Ridgeway." And we'll make a note of that. So when we're getting ready to organize or do something over there, we know we can call you to say, "Hey, invite your family member out. Tell your family member we're giving away something." So knowing is half the battle, as they say. So I'm gonna just flick through here so you guys can see all these different villages here. They are all over the city of Chicago. Then I'm gonna talk about on the next slide, as you guys see these pop up and go forward. Then I'm gonna talk about, that's Inglewood. the other parts of these villages that we have. Okay, because there's different parts to this whole thing. All right, so that was our business villages. So I'm gonna come out of this and let's see, let me finish it. So if you recognize any of these blocks that you may know somebody on these blocks, this is how we can turn our neighborhoods around, by having someone on every block. I honestly believe without having people on the block agreeing to being engaged, I say we can't make our Chicago safe, because this is simple stuff here. If we can't do just getting us to agree to communicating, how can we deal with carjackers and shooters? I tell people we're not even in that conversation yet, because it's prerequisites we haven't done yet. So we can't even imagine, think to, stopping the violence, like, yeah, right. Let's see how well you do that. Okay, let's do this. All right, so there we go. I'm waiting on this to open up, you guys, so please bear with me. Looks like it's open now. Okay, so as soon as that open up, I'm gonna share this with you guys. All right, here we go. So now we're about to look at the second batch of these villages, because this whole video is about 1,700 blocks and what Chicago could do if we had people helping us to meet somebody on all these blocks. Like, just imagine what the city of Chicago would look like to have blocks connected and engaged at this level here we're talking about. So let's look at this right here now. This here, and now I'm gonna introduce the second part to you guys, so you'll know the second part. So let's see if I can draw here. I probably need to draw, so let me get my little drawing pen out here. Okay, here we go, draw. So yeah, we're gonna make it red. So first, I wanna bring your attention right here. So the village number represents the zip code last 2 digits. It represents the zip code last 2 digits. So this is, in Chicago, all villages begin with the number 606. And so this is 606, and then the last 2 numbers of the zip code is 20, but the first 2 numbers on all of our villages is the last 2 numbers of the zip code. So this is village 2033. I see you, Governor. Welcome, thank you. This is village 2033. So you know that if you're in Chicago, this is zip code 60620. The 33 represents a number that tells us no other village will have 87 to 90 of Justine to Loomis. That 33 is a unique identifier for those blocks. This is another 16 block village here. So Governor, welcome, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Yeah, we on live on YouTube, so people will be able to watch this forever. So when I'm really breaking down the need to have people look at these blocks and tell us who they know. And my argument is that we can't even talk about stopping carjacking, shootings, robberies, because without the blocks, it won't work. So I'm trying to really emphasize these villages so people would know. If you know somebody on these blocks, please let us know, because we can't even start talking about making it safer if we don't get the blocks linked in together.
That's right. Absolutely.
So this is, so let me clear that out there so you guys can see the next village number. So we're gonna clear that out. And so now this is the next village. Just so you can see the numbers, I want you guys to look at these numbers here, because we're just talking about the village numbering system, right here. So this here tells us, and we got the leader of this zip code on the phone right now with us. Remember, this is zip code 60628. And because that last two numbers is the zip code 60628, these are the blocks that's within that zip code here. This is the largest villages we have, which is 20 blocks. So that's why you see it look a little different than the 16 blocks. This is 20 blocks. Now imagine if we had someone on every single block and they talk to each other, the type of safe security you can have, because now you're not alone. You're not isolated, you're connected. And this is a key example on why we need your help. If your auntie live on 116th and Wabash, your cousin on 117th and Perry, us not knowing that hurts the safety of everyone in that area if they don't know each other. What you guys say about that, Governor?
Well, you already know. I mean, it's safety in numbers, you know. So therefore, those connections will force together what we call a village being strong, you know. I mean, that strengthens us to know at least one person on every block, you know. I mean, according to, you know, the household, as Joe say, the household thing, that strengthens us in this zip code if we do just these things, you know.
Now this here is, this goes into Marquette Park, 59th to 62nd, Fairfield over to Tallman. I've already explained, Governor, that yellow blocks mean Sunday and Tuesday, green blocks mean Monday and Friday, and then blue blocks is Wednesday and Saturday. So that means we already know the time, who's gonna be watching our back every day inside each of our villages once we get somebody off each block to agree to this process, this formula, this formation. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, the colors, I love the colors because it identifies what blocks are what and, you know, in that part of the village.
Now you see your
So,
old block on there?
say that again, sir?
You see your old block on there?
Yeah, 56, 57 in Rockwell. I mean, not Rockwell, what's that block, Campbell?
No, you can see it right there. You can't zoom in.
Let me see. Artesian, I mean, 57 in Artesian, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to really just look at the numbering system, and then we're gonna go through the next part of these villages too. So that's this is 2908 village. This is but so it's still in Marquette Park, that area there. Let's go to the next one. 2913. That goes up to Marquette 67. So the bottom line, we have every single block in Black Chicago covered. What we don't have is people recommending their family and friends. And I know why, because you think your family won't do nothing. You think they into the streets, that they won't pay attention. And what I'm saying to you is, please trust that we got thugs in our network. We got geeks in our network. We got spiritual leaders in our network. We got people that atheists who don't believe in God in our network. So we have a broad tent. And so please don't exclude your family member because you think they won't match. It's a big group of us. And the fact is, if they live on that block and we don't link them in, they could be in more danger than if they had this force field, this protective shield around them. So I wanted to really stress why we hope you wouldn't judge your family and friends that they won't do nothing, because we're not asking you to do much of anything. Everything we talk about is very minimal. And if you don't do it, that's fine. But the fact that we know you live on that block will allow us to create and have some protections in place for you just in case. So now we in Woodlawn. This is Woodlawn right here. So this here is arguably where they do a lot of killing over here in this area here. And again, neighbors don't want to talk, we knock on doors and neighbors minding their own business. And this helps the criminals. The criminals love that. They love it when they see us go to a house and that person won't give us their name and phone number. That bodes well for them, and they recognize that. Any other questions or thoughts, Governor? I'm gonna switch to team 3 now. I'm about to talk about a different part of these villages.
Well, as you say, that criminal loves when nobody's talking to each other, because if I know my neighbor getting his house broken into or her house, that lets him know it's okay to break into my house also, because we don't talk, so that's the importance of it. And the thing is, getting that guy, it's important that we know the people on the blocks, because getting that guy that's out here probably thugging, that's looking to turn his life around, we could link him to somebody that could probably help, either in town or out of town. Yep.
Excellent, excellent. So now what we're going to talk about now is our secret weapon inside of each of these villages. We have a secret weapon that is, how do I say it? I don't want to overdo it with people, but I do want you to know why each one of these villages would be able to really create opportunities and stop a lot of these hopeless spirits from feeling hopeless, because we have jobs set up, and these jobs are local. And I'm about to show you what I mean. And after you see this, you're going to look at these villages totally different. Once I point this out to you, you're going to say, oh, wow. So as soon as this come up, we're going to, if you are looking at my page, this was team 2 that you're looking at. These were our accountability villages. Now we're about to go into our safety villages, and that's what's coming up now. And I'm going to show you the jobs that we are creating inside each and every village. Every single village is designed to create local jobs. There it is right there. So here we go. Give that a second to pull up. Here we go right here. Internet is slow, you guys, bear with me. That's why it's taking us a minute. So once it come up, you guys know what the village numbers are, so you have that in your memory. Now we're going to get into the jobs that each village has. Every single village has a job. Not one village has been created without something that it is doing that will cause the rest of the city to need them. So every village is designed to make the other 19 neighborhoods need this one village. Every village is made that way so that it's doing one thing that forces all 19 other neighborhoods to depend on them for that one thing. So that's what I'm about to show you how to read that now. So here we go. Now you remember what the numbering system is. So this is zip code 60624, and that's why it starts. So that's the west side of Chicago, for those who don't know. Zip code 60624 is the west side. So here we go. Let me bring up my marker so I can draw here, so you guys can see right here. All right, so this here, right here, that you see me drawing this red line across at the bottom there, this is the job of these blocks. There's 16 block area. Of course, one person off every block talking to each other is going to allow them to be safer by knowing each other. But we added an additional benefit to each and every village. And that additional benefit is right here. This 16 block village is also responsible for every single U.S. Marine in Black Chicago. Did you know that, Governor Charles?
No, I did not. But that's the point of vantage, of having bag up. That makes the system stronger right there.
Now, so this one area right here has a reason to be involved with Chatham, with Roseland, with Garfield Park, with Inglewood, with Ashburn, because it is responsible for anyone that's a U.S. Marine, active duty or veteran. And let's break this down so you guys know. We send the list of all our Marines. Anytime we meet a Marine, it goes to the leader of this village right here. It goes to the leader of that village. We met a new Marine on the west side today, it's going to this village. We met a new Marine in Chatham today, it's going to this village. Now, what that's gonna do? People say, well, the job is we had to stay in touch with these Marines once a month. We had to find out what these Marines are working on so we can offer that up for other Marines to help him or her. When we talk about people, we need help in our village, they shooting, they killing, we can call on our Marines to possibly go out there and engage the young people. So the job is right here, first Tuesday at 10 a.m. is when they meet, the Marines and this area here meet to talk about any and everything dealing with either these blocks or what Marines are getting ready to do across the whole city. Governor, what you think about that?
Well, I think it's great, but suppose on blocks like you got people, I really don't want to talk about the Marines and this and that and the other. I'm not interested.
Yeah. And the beauty is whatever they are interested in, there's a village for that. So the trade-off is if we saying that to a nurse and she's saying, I don't care about no Marines, I'm a nurse. Okay, we got nursing village for you. So we got what you care about, so it's not in your area. But if you support what we're talking about, we're going to make sure that village support what you're talking about. So what do you think about that response?
Once again, that's life-changing right there for me, because not only does it put me with someone that cares about my interests, or and then it's a specialized day, and then it's a specialized place wherever that group meets. If your interest is that, then you can get with that person. So that's good. It's a good thing.
Now, this area here, if you see here, this is where all the Air Force and Army veterans in all of Black Chicago, this is their headquarters right here. That's Madison to Fulton, from Kidville to Comiskey. This is a small village. It's only 12 blocks. So all Air Force and Army persons are being held together because of this group right here. Next is police officers. This village here, which is, as you can see, it runs from Kilbourne to Costner, from Congress to Jackson. That's our police headquarters for all police officers in Black Chicago. This is the list. They keep the list. Every second Tuesday at 4 o'clock, they meet. So all our retired police officers, active duty police officers, this is their headquarters. And this area here is one of the most dangerous areas in Chicago. This area here, as we speak right now, they hanging out at Costner and Congress right now, drinking, getting ready to stab somebody, getting ready to shoot somebody. That's how rough it is right there. And I'm sorry, my people over there, but you know what it is. You know what it's like. You know what's happening over there. And this is our headquarters for all police. But look at what I said. I should set the stage on how rough it is. And it's because, again, we need you to recommend your cousin that lives on that block so they can help us make this come to fruition. Not telling us about your family, friends that live in this area hurts everything I just shared. What you think about that, Governor?
Man, the importance of just that thing of just letting us know, I feel that's very good, because even though the person we could be talking about don't care, that don't care person, the person that they elect towards us might be the one who spark up something great, you know. So therefore, I mean, it's a win. It's a win-win to me. It's a win-win all the way, you know. Yeah.
Now, I appreciate that, and you hit it on the head. Don't prejudge. Let us, because we know the full gamut. We got 108 different topics. So here's the firefighters. Here's all the Navy veterans. So anyone, I'm a Navy veteran. All the Navy veterans are over here in North Lawndale, Roosevelt Road to 16th Street, Harding to, Pulaski over to Hamlin, all Navy vets. So this here is what we call Team 3 safety. So that's why you see everything talking about safety. Now, this is where all missing persons go to right here. This is our missing persons village here. It's 91st state to Michigan, all the way to 94th. So 91st in state, 94th in state, all the way over to Michigan. So any and everyone that's missing, they keep that list for us. That's important. Missing persons is important. This is the national place for missing persons across the nation. Karate, martial arts. This is Stevie Perry's village here. Anyone that's into martial arts, this is the area that keeps that list for us. And they meet every third Tuesday at 7 o'clock. So that's why you saw me say this is the safety team, because this is that area. This last village here is unsolved cases. So we have a lot of unsolved cases in Chicago. This area here, if you know someone that lives on Evans, 71st, 74, we need them, because we need to help people find their loved ones and get justice for cases that have gone unsolved for them. And this, what I'm sharing with you guys, again, as we speak right now, to not have people helping us find these people on these blocks is delaying all of us from getting to a safer place, a more exciting, fun place, of Black people coming together. Every second that goes by that we don't help tell us who we know on these blocks is delaying everything we got. There's nothing else out there in Chicago or beyond that is block by block like this at this scale. And so to have this is a benefit, but to not have people helping us to grow it is a travesty, because honestly, it's ready to go. As you can see, these are real blocks. No, these ain't make-believe blocks. These are real blocks. And to have you helping us by recommending the people you know would speed things up. Now we're moving into Team 4 villages, and these are our education villages. These villages touch every single other village because there are children in every single village. So these villages, when you look at these villages, there's someone in your block that's a K through 12th grader, and this is the villages that manages all those grades. So we go start this one off right here with kindergarten. This is the kindergartner village right here. So all kindergartners in all of Black Chicago. Why is it big like that? I want to get a better view for you guys. I don't like how that looks. I don't like, there we go, right here. So give it 1 second, it's gonna blow up, and then you guys can go through these 13 villages that represent every single village in Black Chicago. And I want you to think about it this way. When you guys help us Imagine what this does for the Black economy. When you have kindergartner parents coming all over the city to this one area so that they kindergartners can compete academically, what that's going to do. When you got people from the west side, south side, east side converging over here to compete in the kindergartner fall games, the kindergartner winter Olympics, the kindergartner spring Olympics, the kindergartner summer Olympics. Think about what this does to this area. The guys out there on nonsense, they not gonna feel comfortable because now they got overwhelming people on something positive in their neighborhood, bringing positivity and bringing their pocketbooks to spend money with our vendors over there, spend money with the Black businesses over there. These are economic powerhouses when we respect it, when we go ahead and recommend the people we know over there. This is kindergartners headquarters for all of Black Chicago. The next one is first graders. This is the headquarters for all first graders in Black Chicago. 79th and Ashland, they shoot and kill over there. Guess what? When you come over there with so much positivity, they not gonna feel comfortable shooting and killing. They gonna say, well, we got to wait till later on when they leave because you bringing too much energy, positive energy over there. 79th to 82nd in Ashland, that liquor store over there, right there on 79th Ashland, making tons of Black money. They gonna be held accountable to make sure they're giving back. Then it goes all the way over the woods. But this here is a killing field village here. And when first graders all over the city of Chicago buy into this, that area gonna be popping. Governor, jump in whenever you want to, man.
Yeah, just like I always, it feel real good when I hear that thing of turning something desolate or something that was dim into something vibrant, and then these are real jobs, people. We talking about that ordinary person, hey, for just an hour or whatever we doing, you're making real money. Yeah. So this leaves no one out. This even talents to the homeless, So I mean, I never seen nothing that have a one size fit all type of feel like this.
and I will agree with that because it's different parts. So it's not just us, and it's based on time. So it's not saying you got to come through us. Sunday is family day with or without us. It's just coordinating us. So that's cool. This is third graders right here. Third graders. Now we're going into fourth graders. And you know how the village numbers go. This is what all fourth graders in Black Chicago. This is their area. Let's go to fifth graders. Fifth graders is right by Leak's funeral home, 78th and Cottage Grove, right there. This area here, a lot of killing over here. Imagine when all the fifth graders, my daughter's a fifth grader, when they go over there and compete fall fifth grade Olympics, fall winter Olympics over there. Again, overwhelming that area with positivity. Then you got sixth graders. That's today, sixth graders today. And that's over in Woodlawn. Skip sixth grade, skip seventh grade. Now we in eighth grade. This Governor Charles again, 60628. So when you think about 111th at Ed Brook, all the way down to 114th in Ed Brook over the forest, this area here again is right by the park. So you could do some wonderful stuff with eighth graders who's getting ready to go to high school. Any comments on that, Governor?
Well, I'm gonna say I want all our barbers to jump on that eighth grader thing. They support the eighth graders. So I mean, we got tons of one thing. If we don't have anything else Black, we got tons of barbershops. It's Black. So please, people, barbers, if you know a barber, we would love for that barber to link up with us and help support these eighth graders. And that's all over. That's citywide.
Imagine the barbers being at the park there, and they all got a booth, and they all doing something for the eighth graders, and that's citywide. You know how powerful that's going to be.
Man, hey, that's that eighth grade award thing, and wow, we want to be able to keep our young people keeping on and by making them shine along with us. That's what we building in this village concept all over Chicago. Just as you say, Si, and we're not trying to advocate we the only one. We want to team up with other organizations and do great stuff with them. So, you know, we leave no one out.
This the 9th graders right here. And then we got the 10th graders. 10th graders right over here by Simeon. That's right there by Halsted. 83rd to 87th. Wallace, Lowe, Gilbert Court. We got this, y'all. Now, 11th graders over in Inglewood. This is 11th graders all over Chicago coming to Inglewood, 67 to 70 of Normal to Yale. This area here should be popping with 11th graders coming and going, colleges coming over there to present to them. This is an economic boost and boom for them as they buy into this. And then the last one is our 12th graders. Our 12th graders. And you know, that's 79th in Burnham to 82nd in Burnham over to Exchange, 79th in Exchange. So to 82nd in Exchange. So this is really a big deal, you guys. I've presented to you so far about 60 blocks. 60 villages already, because we went through team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4, and now we're going to get to team 5, which is our construction. These ones you're about to look at now, these villages deal with home repairs. When your toilet not working, when your sink not working, when your car not working. These are our people who are in the skilled trades. So again, everything we need as a people, we have it, as you can see right here. And again, it's not taken away from none of our organizations. We need everybody. But guess what? Everybody isn't block by block. And that's why I hope people will respect this, because it is block by block. Whatever you're doing, now the people on the block can carve out money for you for what you're doing. But to not respect the block by block, it means that we out there just doing our own thing versus tying it down and anchoring it to the block. And that's why you see me say these blocks keep the list of all bricklayers, all carpenters, all nurses, all teachers, because we're tying down something. And when you don't tie something down, it's all over the place. So this here is where all our carpenters list is kept at, in this village right here. That's 47th Street. So that's mixed a little bit with the Hispanic neighborhood, but that's 47th and Normal to Wentworth. That's all our carpenters. That's their area right there. Next is all our auto mechanics. That's 51st Street, May, Aberdeen, Carpenter, and Morgan. All auto mechanics, alley mechanics, professional mechanics, you name it, mechanics. That keep that list over there, and they bring them together. We want all our mechanics fixing cars so we can give a car away to a single parent almost every month. All our electricians, all our heating and ventilation people right here. This is a 20 block area here. 51st and Woods to Ashland, down there to 55th Street. This is so refreshing to know that there's a plan other than just building homes and kicking people out that's gonna allow people's talent and skills to rechange their neighborhood. Look at this one. This here, 51st to 55th, from Justine to Loomis, all our bricklayers and welders. That's some powerful stuff. What you got, Governor?
Man, I think it's just great to have a list of people and then have it time to where we all can share the stage together. I mean, construction is a big deal. The welding, the mechanics, that's right there. That's internal money. And then if we doing all that together and having that list, you know, that just like we said, we're not coming in to divide anybody. We want you to come on with your group and whatever, and we all share the stage together. It's not kicking anybody out, not trying to, you know, say big I, little you. You know, we just want to do great things for people, period, our people, period. We really need relief, you know, and this is a way to get it.
And this is all our painters and plumbers. You know, people need their homes painted, porches painted. So 51st and Damon, 55th and Damon. I mean, that area, there's a lot of hopelessness over there. You see right now, it's a liquor store on 54th and Damon. As we speak, is guys hanging out in front of the liquor store in the cold with nothing to do, here they can get a job, if nothing else, handing out flyers for the next meeting coming up on the 4th Monday at 4 o'clock. So that's next Monday, not this Monday, next Monday, the 22nd at 4 o'clock. They can be getting paid, handing flyers out, letting them know the plumbers and carpenters are coming. So it's a big deal. It's real. We're not making this stuff up. This is where all the people that sew. My wife is one. So this is the sewing village. They keep up with all the people that sew for a living, tailors and seamsters. They got that list. So look at how wonderful this is, you guys. Not only are we bringing neighbors together in their own 16 block area, but then we got a job that allow us to put people to work. Look at all our landscapers. So cream of the crop is assigned over here because they keep a list of all our landscapers all over Black Chicago. That's Kedzie to Troy to Albany, 71st to 74th. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. So many jobs can be created with landscaping and snow removal. So you know, this is the snow removal right here. This village here. It's in North Lawndale. 3600, which is Central Park, Cope, Lexington, Flournoy, and Lexington, Flournoy, and Harrison. So this is a big deal again, you guys.
I mean, I see it too as a pipeline to entrepreneurship. I mean, a lot, you got so many angles that could come out of this of growth. It's just, you know, I mean, it's overwhelming. And remember this, people is bigger than all of us. So I don't, you know, I don't look at it and wow, I want to make all the money. No, I would want to share that because that's how much it is. It's bigger than all of us. And it's generational. I call it the new colonization.
Yeah. And with love instead of taking over from people, you know. So, you know, I agree with that. You know, it's time for us to do that. And what hurts my heart though, Governor, is we've been had this. We wasting time, and that's what's the most hurtful, because we could easily have our people feeling like we on our way somewhere if people would just buy in, let us know who they know on the block. If all these blocks did $1 a month, you know, we'll have more than enough money to really just start putting on the events and operations and hiring people when our people see value in what we're talking about, you know?
Yes, indeed, right. 27-year plan that been built and tried and true and just sitting there, just as we say, a new car with no gas. New car with no gas.
Now this is Team 6 here. So this is Team 6. Joe, Governor, tell everybody what Team 6 is so they know. This is Team 6.
Team 6 is race relations. It's race relations. Having that talk with all races.
So you're about to see 20 villages, and their whole mission is to work with white suburbs, primarily white suburbs. And the reason for that is to make sure that we can find out who in those suburbs care about what's happening to Black people and is willing to work with Black people. So this is our way of making sure we reach out strategically and structurally to say, hey, who want to work with Black people? And of course, they living in a nice neighborhood. They can say, forget y'all, and that's fine. But at least we were organized and willing to say, can we collaborate? Because we know, we see it now. We didn't deal with the crime in the west side and south side. Now, them same people is coming downtown and up north. So if you don't nip something in the bud, it's gonna grow and expand. And that's one of the Team 6 can help us. These villages could help us make sure that these criminal spirits don't feel comfortable going in Winnetka and all these other places. So this village here deals with one of the richest suburbs in northern in Illinois, Winnetka. All right. This village is next one village, and look at the bottom there so you can see what each one of these villages does and this is Lyle. All right. So right there in Inglewood, they're dealing with Lyle, making sure Lyle is on board. This village here is dealing with Clarendon Hills. A lot of money over there in Clarendon Hills. This next village over here is dealing with River Grove, Illinois. All these places is predominantly white, and this is us saying we want some tie-ins. And you got black people in them areas, they small numbers, but we want to link in. They deal with, that's Franklin Park right there. That's Inglewood dealing with Franklin Park right there. Jump in whenever you can, go whenever you want to.
Yeah, I see landlords at the bottom.
Yeah, there go LaGrange right there.
LaGrange, Illinois, yeah.
Waukegan. Now Waukegan's a little black there, but you know, it is what it is.
Besides displaying, we showing that each one of these inner city villages is tied to a suburb. And that's why people that live in the suburbs too, you know. We want to tie in, we will nobody left out.
Now that's Great Lakes right there. All Navy recruits, they keeping up with every graduation. Every Friday, people are graduating. Their family is in town. They can be tapping into that. This is Elgin. This is West Inglewood, keeping up with Elgin, Illinois. Larkin Street out there in Elgin. So it's a beautiful thing knowing that we're that broad. We're not limited. We're broad. We cover the gamut. This Naperville. This is where our $100,000 came from for Gary campaign, right? That Naperville. This is the village that keeps up with Naperville. Hanover Park, you know, that's a big deal. Hanover Park. So as you guys can see, this is Aurora. You know, this is our village mayor, Patricia Cunningham, right there. So as you guys can see, this is Schaumburg. This is, you know, this governor, you got that right there, Governor Schaumburg. So this is also what Governor Denise is, and this is the zip code 6062866.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got. But we are now at, I think we're gonna have probably 30 more villages, but it's 108 villages, each one with at least 16 blocks. So that's 1,700 blocks. This here is Bensonville. Governor Joe got this area. That's LaToya is the mayor for this area here. This is Highland Park. Michael Jordan lived in Highland Park. This village manages all our relationships with Highland Park. Bartlett, you know, that's out there in the hundreds, but that's 4-3, Charles. That's over away from you. That's further west. Then we got Kenilworth. This is super wealthy, super wealthy, and South Shore is covering them right there on 71st and Merrills. You know, so we got our hands around a lot, and that's a good thing because once people agree with the little we're asking, look at how widespread it is. It's like once we like that match, it goes boom, because we got people all over this place. So there's 2 more to go. We got the food. So let's go to team 7. That's our food, you guys. And then the last one is team 8 dealing with legal. And then we can conclude because I would have walked you through all 18.
And just like we saying, you know, it's like the baby sitting in the crib in the middle. Just like the phone banking. That's an hour, I forgot the times, but it's spread it out through every day.
10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
And that's job creation. That's somebody's job right there too. And that, hey, you don't have to leave home. Look at that. You don't have to leave home. And we got these calls that you could do. And that's creating vibrancy all through Chicago, you know. For people that, you know, really, you know, I mean, it's turned that ordinary person into a superstar. So yeah, that's what I look at.
And picture it this way: everywhere we are, we dealing with people. So wherever we are, we go deal with those people. So it don't matter where you are. This is the process to deal with the people. Wherever you are, people might have a kindergarten through 12th grade. That's a reason for us to interact with. Wherever we are, people might be a U.S. Marine. That's a reason to interact with. So it's like, it's nowhere in America we can't go that there's no reason for us to interact with them. And that's why I think people should be excited about what the future looks like, because we never had something like this before. That's that broad, dynamic, covers everyone, and allows us to be able to maximize the interactions with each other. So now this here is our food. And right now, Walmart, you see food shelves without food on them. You know, you see the shortage that's happening. Now this village and most of these are in West Inglewood because that's our headquarters for food. This is our cabbage village. They are helping us to grow cabbage right there at 71st and National, you know, that area there. Corn right there, 71st and Damon, helping us grow corn, you know. Gas is ethanol from corn, you know. This next one is 71st and Western, fishing. Fishing is a big deal, you know. Broccoli, 67th and Damon, broccoli, you know. I love broccoli with my cheese. Then you have tomatoes. Now, right here, I'll tell you this quick story. Right here on 62nd and Honorary, we was planting tomatoes there about 15 years ago, and the drug dealer told us, hey, man, you can't be over there. We're like, why? You just can't be over there. Come to find out, where we was planting tomatoes, he was hiding his drugs. So we had to deal with that. This here is cucumbers, right here, 55th and Damon, you know? So the point is, we covered you from the business side, the security, Marines, you know, Navy, safety side. We covered you from the education side. We covered you from the construction side. Now we covering you from, look, beats, the food side. So the last one that we're going to show you guys is dealing with our legal system. This is collard greens right here, 61st and Ashland. Don't you got a family member over there, Governor?
What you say?
This 61st and Ashland right here, 59th and Ashland, 62nd and Ashland, 50.
No, I don't have any. I think my cousin Maurice lives over that way. Towards Ashland, like I think he's 70, 69, 70, something like that. Over that way.
That's all good. Here we go right here. This is Bishop, 58th and Bishop. This is Carrots. So as you guys can see, we got it covered. And so now we go to the last one, and that is Team 8. That's dealing with our legal people. Our legal people. All right. That's our chefs over there. All our chefs. If you're a chef, that's Humboldt Park area over there. So then we got restaurants, village, and everything else. So let's do this. So while I pull up the last one, you guys, I just want to reiterate what we're asking is for you to recommend. Let us know who you know. You don't have to give us their name and number right now, but at least we'll know that you got someone on that block that'll save us from having to go to that block when we know we can just go through you. Here's what's at stake if you don't do that. This is what's at stake, not doing that right here. Look at this. This is why we do what we do, because this here is pretty sad. So see if we can zoom in here. Oh, you can zoom in on your phone, yeah. All right, so you can just zoom in now, but this here is a list of people who've been shot, killed, stabbed, and raped. This here lets us know how serious the work is that we're doing. Because on each one of these, you gotta have a block. It had to happen somewhere. And this here shows us where it's happening at. And you look at this list, this is some pretty sad stuff. Really, really sad. This was yesterday. Teen shot to death, carjacking 900 block of East 98th Street. All right. We had Chicago man shot in the head on 79th and West. You guys saw that pop up in one of our villages there.
Yeah, well, just to interject for a minute, sir, a lot of this stuff we don't even see on the news. That's why when I first got one of these sheets, I was like overwhelmed, you know, with these things that just happen and all this death, you know, which is sad, but you know, I mean, that just showed the urgency to me.
Yeah.
Urgent that we do what we do.
So yes, I'm glad I was able to show that, because I want people to know the urgency of this thing. Like, this is real stuff here. You know, people really dying out here, and we got a chance to do something different. Like that, we get what we've been doing. We doing the meetings, the summits, the town halls. We get all that. Let's try something else. How about every single block force field. Like, why not try that? Every single block force field. Well, we know someone on every single block, and they're agreeing to be in touch with each other to create this force field where inside this area, we go not tolerate X, Y, and Z. Like, who said we can't do that? Like, what's wrong with doing that? And that's what is kind of disheartening, is that we've been at this 27 years come next Saturday, and this thing can be a whole lot further along if people did the little bit that we talking about. So that's what we go lean on and put that pressure on people to do just that. We too close.
Right. It's a comprehensive thing to me. You don't have to be an extraordinary person to get this, It's everyday life, and already to me, when I see us up against a system anyway, you know what I'm saying? That's what brings that thing to my heart, that we gotta be better than this. We just gotta be. I just know we are.
Yeah. So we gonna get there. So here go the last ones. This is Team 8. Team 8 deals with our legal field. It deals with lawyers. It deals with judges. It deals with politicians. So it's dealing with the people who can really have a negative impact on your life if so it makes sense to have a relationship with them so that they don't have an adverse impact on your world. So here we go. It's coming up here. And there go those colors again. Remember, yellow is Sunday and Tuesday, green Monday and Friday. And then, of course, blue is Wednesday and Saturday. Learn those colors. It's going to do well for you, because this here is the same in Los Angeles, in Detroit, in Dallas, and Memphis. This is the way of the future, is having every single block color coded so we know what days that they're going to be active out there patrolling and watching our neighborhood. All right, something's happening. It's not opening. Don't know why.
And just to let the people know that's listening, people, we operate off everybody doing $1 a month.
Yes.
That's $12 for the year. That's just how simple this is. $1 a month, $12 for the year.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Si, would you let them know if they want to donate, where they go?
Yeah. So the website is nationalblockclubuniversity.com. That's www, of course, national BLOCK club. People always say black club, but it's block club university.com. www.nationalblockclubuniversity.com. That's where you can donate at. We got Cash App, Zelle, but that's the more professional way of donating. And we hope that you would do that and get all the family and friends to do the same. One thing I'm gonna do, Governor, that's kind of new, because we want to really get people's buy-in. We're gonna have a challenge in front of people, and this challenge is gonna ask people to pay 50 cents if you don't know somebody on these blocks. And it's 50 cents because if you don't know nobody on all 108 blocks, then that's $54. If we did a whole dollar, that'd be $108. I thought that was too big of a penalty for people. But we're gonna have a certain challenge for certain people that every day it's 108 blocks on duty. We need your help to meet somebody on these blocks. And if you pay 50 cents for the people you don't know, that'll motivate you to go and know them so that you don't have to pay that 50 cents.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
We have a lot of challenges. Let's see what somebody step up to that one.
Yeah,
come on, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself on how much you know and how much we could grow.
So we'll see. It's just a little fun thing. If people do it, fine. If not, we keep it moving. It's all right. So here we go. It's pulling up now. These are our legal Team 8 legal villages. So as it come up, you'll be able to look at the first one, which is our lawyers village. You zoom in there, you can see it. So these blocks, Leamington, LeClaire, and Lawler, they keep up with all lawyers in Black Chicago. And they meet every fourth Tuesday at noon. Then we got this next village, it's coming up right here. This is all our suburban lawyers, Illinois lawyers. This is Leamington, but this is 400 block north to Chicago Avenue. They keep up with all our suburban lawyers. All right, this here is all our U.S. lawyers. So this 400 block of north, but this is Laurel, Latrobe, Lockwood, and Laramie, all the way to Chicago Avenue and Laramie. So this here is all our U.S. lawyers. All right. So that concludes my presentation here. Again, these blocks mean a whole lot of different stuff, you guys, and it's protection. This is how we're gonna make neighborhoods safer and stronger. It's a formation, and this formation, once we get in alignment with this formation, it's just like that man walking next to the woman. He walks in formation next to the curb, not her. This protects her from someone doing anything to her from the street. And this is a formation for where you live at to make sure that you're protected from the streets as well. Governor, you got any closing remarks?
Well, thanks for inviting me, sir. And everyone, you know, I will just love it if we all could just do our part. And the whole thing we done, each one of these professions have one day, and they have certain times for the reason of we don't want to burn our people out. So this way we help create less burnout and get more done. So please donate.
All right,
if you can.
that's how you do it.
All right.